Welcome back, Devils fans. It is your host, Ace, here on Running with the Devils, where we are talking New Jersey Devils hockey all year long. Please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, share with a friend. Thank you very much. And I will start off by saying Happy New Year's to all of you. A Happy New Year indeed. 2025 is upon us. And unfortunately, heading into the new year, our New Jersey Devils came up short. The boys were in Anaheim last night looking to rebound from that painful loss in Raleigh at the hands of the Hurricanes, in which the referees completely screwed us. And unfortunately, we did not get back in the win column last night. The New Jersey Devils fall to the Anaheim Ducks by a score of 3-2 in a fairly painful one, I will say. A fairly painful one. And I'll just get into the game. First period, the Devils are dominating. They are all over the Ducks. Their goaltender, Dostal, is standing on his head, and it seemed like early on it was going to be another one of those games where the New Jersey Devils cannot solve the opposing goaltender and just look lost the whole game. That was not the story of the entire game, but early on, Dostal was definitely the story, keeping the Ducks in it. First period at 10:05, Troy Terry is left alone in the slot. The Ducks get him the puck from behind the net. Terry's all alone in front and rips one past Markstrom at 10:05, giving the Ducks the 1-0 lead. That is how the first period ended, and the Devils had a ton of chances in the period. They really did. They outshot the Ducks 15-5. Painful stuff, and Dostal, again, was the story. Could not solve him early on, and it seemed like it was going to be one of those nights. Devils down 1-0 going into the second, and the second period was just very sloppy for the New Jersey Devils. Very, very sloppy indeed. The Ducks carried the period for the most part. They outshot the Devils 11-6 in the period, largely in part to the 3 power plays that they had. The Devils just kept kind of having to go on the kill, thwarted any momentum they were trying to get going. And Ducks definitely carried the second period, but no goals in the second period. Devils outshot 11-6 in the frame. And we head to the third period, down 1-0. And at 3:57, Gauthier comes in on a 2-on-1 with Fabry. Luke Hughes, stuck on defense, tries to play a little bit of goalie, a little bit of take the lane away, but Gauthier gets a great pass across to Fabry. He's in all alone on Markstrom. He scores at 3:57, giving the Ducks the 2-0 lead, and at that point I felt devastated because Dostal was playing so well. The Devils had a couple power plays where they did generate some chances. At even strength, they generated some chances. Not all the shots were quality. Some of them were just, shots for the sake of shooting, but I'm a fan of doing that, especially on nights like that where the goaltender's playing out of his mind. Sometimes you got to just chuck rubber from everywhere and hope for a tip, a deflection, a weird bounce, anything. Anything to get one past them. But Devils down 2-0 at 3:57 of the third. And the Devils showed the never say die attitude that we've seen so many times from them before in the season. At 5:31, the Paul Cotter, Curtis Lazar, Dawson Mercer line gets in heavy, real nice on a forecheck. Led mostly by Paul Cotter. They get in on that forecheck hard. The Ducks cannot get the puck out. It comes to Siegenthaler at the point, and he just wrists one on net through traffic and past Dostal at 5:31. Siegenthaler's second of the season, cutting the Ducks' lead to 2-1. And at this point, I was like, here we go. Here we go again. We've seen this script so many times. The Devils get down. All of a sudden, they flip the switch when they're in desperate need of goals, and they start generating offense. And Siegenthaler gets one. Love to see goal production from the blue line. Obviously, we haven't seen it a ton this season. We've seen it in little spurts. Siegenthaler's not a guy you're normally expecting a goal from, so when they come, and especially in a game like that, it's a beautiful thing to see. Siegenthaler second at 5:31, cuts it to 2-1. And then later on in the period at 13:20, Devils coming in on the rush. Dougie Hamilton makes a nice little entry into the zone and just drops a pass for Timo Meier, and Timo quickly rips it on net, beating Dostal, tying the game at 2. Timo Meier's 14th from Dougie Hamilton and Stefan Nason, and we are now all tied up with 6:40 left to play. And after we tied it up, I'm not going to lie, I was like, okay, this is going to be one of the games where we clawed back, and now we just take over. And beat these guys. It was not meant to be. The Ducks did not go away. They were buzzing a little bit shortly after the goal. And at 16:36, they're working the puck around in their O-zone, and Strome just rips one from just outside the circle. Again, lots of traffic in front. Through all the traffic, beats Markstrom with a laser of a shot. Strome gives the Ducks the 3-2 lead at 16:36, and that is how the game would end. Your New Jersey Devils coming back from a 2-0 deficit in the third period to tie it, but it was all for naught as the Ducks get the third goal in the closing minutes of the third period. Devils could not respond. That is how the game ended, and it sucked. Painful loss. Even more painful when they make the heroic comeback, but then fail to complete it. And we were 3 minutes and change away from at least a point to start the Western road trip. Would have liked at least a point. Very disappointing. Obviously, the Ducks are a kind of bottom feeder type of team and the type of games you want to win. With that being said, I've said it time and time again on this channel, there are no guaranteed wins in this league. Even bad teams have good players and are capable of winning any game on any given night, and especially when you have a stud in net. And Dostal is an absolute stud. Not a household name yet, kind of flies under the radar a little bit. Not a ton of people are kind of up on him. But if you're not familiar, get familiar. Dostal is a beast. I've known about him for a while now, and again, check the kid out. He is playing pretty damn good hockey on a bad Ducks team. And when you have a guy like him in net, you can win any night, and he played phenomenal in the win for the Ducks, and they were the hungrier team. No excuses to be made. The Devils had their chances, couldn't solve Dostal early, and then they got very sloppy defensively, really throughout the game, honestly, giving up a lot of odd man rushes and things, but especially in the second half of that third period, they had to tighten up a little bit, and it was a little too loosey-goosey in my opinion, and it cost them. Strome gets the game winner, and that's all she wrote. No points for the Devils in this one. Now have lost back-to-back games, and it really stings. It really stings. We get to the game stats. Devils with 34 shots on goal. Ducks with 26 shots on goal. Devils 54.4% in the faceoff circle. Ducks 45.6%. Devils 0 for 2 on the power play. They had their chances. They got to bury them. But 0 for 2 on the power play. Ducks 0 for 3 on the power play. Devils with 25 hits. The Ducks with 18 hits. Devils 10 block shots. Ducks with 21 block shots. Devils with 7 giveaways. Ducks with 19 giveaways. Devils with 6 takeaways. And the Ducks with 1 takeaway. And that is all she wrote. The power play needs to start connecting at a higher clip. They did generate tons of chances. And again, Dostal was there with the answer, seemingly, for everything the Devils threw at him. He was there and played a hell of a game. You got to tip your cap. It's just unfortunate that they couldn't get the win, because they definitely played good enough to win, but they also played bad enough to lose. And unfortunately, we came up short. It is what it is. They got to rebound. They have a huge game tonight in LA. Fully expect Jake Allen to be in for that one. And hopefully Allen could break his little cold streak that he's been on as of late. Not the greatest starts for Allen in the past 3 or 4, I believe, that he's played. And he needs a big one in LA. We need a win. We cannot afford to lose 3 in a row. That is just absolutely unbearable, disgusting stuff, and unacceptable. They got to get back in the win column, and it's got to start in LA. But I'm trying to think of anything else of note throughout the game. After the Timo Meier goal, actually, there was a little bit of a fracas, a little bit of physicality and wrestling and the rough stuff. And I'm tired of the bear hugs and, the little wrestling and jostling. In times like that, when teams are just getting crazy and want to, really stir the pot up, I want to see guys drop the gloves and just start throwing hammers. I'm tired of the cursing and the pushing and the bear hugs, like I said, in the wrestling. I just want to see, you want to come after Nico, you guys want to do cheap stuff, you want to grab people. I just want to see Dilly and whoever else just start throwing jackhammers. No time for talking anymore. I'm tired of this. The New Jersey Devils are, in fact, heavier, edgier, more violent, but I would like to see them take it to the next level, because I don't think it's heavier, edgier, more violent enough. When stuff like that happens, I want to see an over-the-top response, not just, oh, what are you doing in the pushing, and oh, put him in a bear hug and maybe wrestle him to the ice. I'm tired of it. I want to see mitts off, and I want to see orbital bones shattered. I am tired of the shenanigans. The toughest man in the National, Curtis McDermott, is in there, saw very limited ice time, a little over 4 minutes. Would have liked to see him get a little more and maybe try to get a bout in. I don't know if he, tried to no avail or what the story there was. Maybe he was given strict orders to make sure he didn't take an extra instigator penalty or anything, and just trying to fulfill General Keefe's wishes. I don't know, but would have liked to see him play a little bit of a bigger role in the game. But all in all, it was one of those games where it could go either way. It did not go the Devils' way. Like I said, it sucks. They got to get it out of their heads and rebound in less than a 24-hour turnaround. Not a lot of time to recuperate in between, coming off of this painful Ducks loss. And like I said, Allen's going to be in net. Hopefully he stands on his head. Yeah, Allen's last start in Raleigh against the Kings, he played amazing through the first 2 periods. 40 minutes of just standing on his head hockey, keeping the Devils in it, and then the Devils and Allen kind of fell apart in that third. But he only gave up 1 goal through the first 40 minutes, and I think with a lot of other goalies in net, the Devils could have been down, 5-1 or so. 4-1, 5-1, maybe even 6-1. He was stopping all kinds of high-quality, high-danger chances. So hopefully we could see that Jake Allen for a full 60 minutes in L.A. tonight, and he will backstop your New Jersey Devils to a big victory because they definitely need it. Cannot lose 3 in a row. Very painful, but overall, wish we had a better New Year's Eve outing. It wasn't in the cards, and again, you can't win them all. I am still here, still supporting the boys. Nothing has changed for me. It is unfortunate that this seems to be a trend of, playing down to some of the lesser teams, and hopefully they figure it out. But I have full confidence in the boys. They had an amazing month of December. Would have been nice to punctuate it with a win at the end there. Didn't happen. Shake it off. We now go into 2025, and it is time to start the new calendar year off on the right foot with a big win against the Los Angeles Kings. Let me know what you guys thought about the game in the comments. Let me know about anything I said in this video in the comments. Anything, everything Devils hockey. Throw it out there in the comments. I enjoy talking to all of you. Shout out to those of you that came out for the post-game live. Those are always fun. It's always much more fun when we win. But, we will commiserate after losses, and last night was one of commiseration whilst also celebrating the new year. But, yeah, I'll be back soon. Tons of things in the works. I might do a pre-game live before the game tonight. I will definitely be doing the post-game live. I'll probably do the pre-game live, too. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. But keep an eye on that. As well. Lots of exciting stuff in the works. I'll be back soon. Got to beat the Kings. Must beat the Kings. And, yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. This one stings. Got to erase these bad vibes with a big win in L.A. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go Devils.